There we go.
Oh, right, go.
Welcome everyone to the Alfreton Town FC watch along for today's away fixture at Curzon Ashton FC. Looking to build on from the draw against league leaders Tamworth on Saturday. Today we got the teams. We got the Alfreton team will go through first. We've got in goal George Willis, number 2 Josh Claxton, number 4 Adam Lund, number 5 Ken Diggy, number 7 Jordan Thewlis, number 8 George Cantrill, number 12 Harry Perrett, number 14 and the captain Sean Brisley, number 22 Billy Fuster, number 23 Nathan Newell, number 24 Jerry McDonagh, and on the bench we've got number 6 Dwayne Wiley, number 9 Jake Day, number 11 Lewis Salmon, number 13 Jake Askew, and number 16 Joe Stacey.
And for the Curzon Ashton side, in goal is Cameron Mason, followed by Marcus Posher, Devon Matthews, Alex Kenyon, Isaac Sinclair, James Spencer, who captains Curzon, William Hayhurst, George Waring, Jordan Richards, Adam Barton, Reese Hughes, and on the bench, Hayden Campbell, Jamie Allen, Luke Taylor, Craig Mahon, and Marcel Lewis.
So that's the lineup sorted. What do we reckon? Should we go for some score predictions today?
Yeah. I'm not sure because we've been leaky at the back for a couple of weeks, but it was a great defensive display on Saturday, which makes me think maybe if we can do that again, we obviously we might not concede many, but we didn't score, so it's a weird one for me. But I think these got beat 3-0 by Buxton on Saturday. Our record against them is very good: 6 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. So I'm going to predict a pretty strong Alfreton win, 2 or 3-0, I reckon.
Fair enough. I mean, I'd lean towards a similar scoreline, obviously, as you say, with the solid defensive performance last time out against Tamworth. I'd be looking at maybe a 2-0, a 2-1 sort of scoreline, because Curzon have been on quite a good patch of form up until the match against Buxton last time out. They went down to 10 men, lost 3-0. But up until then, they'd been pulling through quite a good few results. They're in a similar position to Alfreton at the moment, both sort of flirting with the playoffs, looking to break into them in the next few weeks. So, yeah, I mean, only time will tell, but we're both going for an Alfreton win.
Yeah, I think that's something you've got to do. Does no one clip this if we get beat, by the way? I was going, yeah, 2 or 3-0, we reckon, and then, yeah, not great. And for those who will have caught it, there's no Liam Waldock today. I believe he's got a knock and he's not quite fit for the game, but we don't think it's anything too serious. So. No,
from what we've heard, it's nothing too bad, and we've got obviously Claxton coming in to replace him as the only change, which we'll see Perrett moving into the midfield. Claxton obviously assuming his standard right back role.
Yeah, so Perrett will probably take that 10 role. He's a bit of a utility player. He can get all over. We've seen him play. I remember the first game of the season, South Shields, he slotted in at centre half, and I was really impressed with him there. He looked very defensively sound. Obviously, he played right back for quite a few weeks. He's cemented a place in this team where he seemed to just be that utility player who rotated in when we were missing someone, and then he managed to cement his place in that team at the right back role. But that's a great thing about a player like Perrett. When you've got someone who can move around and play different roles, when that happens, they can just slot in somewhere else.
Very true. And here come the teams. Not too sure if you can hear us over the tannoy, so we'll wait until the teams have been read out on the PA.
Yeah, once again, Alfreton in their red kit today, because Curzon play in a blue home kit, which means they often don't have to put on their yellow away strip.
Number 2, Joshua Claxton. Number 4, Adam Lund. Number 5, Kennedy Davis.
And a fun fact about this fixture is the first time the teams have faced each other consecutively in the same month for 2 seasons apart.
Well, there you go. That's a Matty fun fact for you there.
Yeah, Matty fun fact.
Matty's fun facts.
We'll get the Matty's man of the match at the end of the game.
Mate, you're bringing all the exclusives to us today.
Yeah, I'm
Takeside Stadium, your Curzon Ashton team this evening.
Alfreton are going to position themselves on our left-hand side, Curzon on the right.
Number 5, Devon Matthews. Number 6, Alex Kenyon. Number 7, Isaac Sinclair. Number 9, our captain, Jimmy Spencer.
Well, they're in no rush.
Number 11,
no, it doesn't seem it, does it?
Number 12, George Waring.
If you do see us looking down during the game, we aren't depressed. We've just got the team sheet with us in a physical copy.
If we go a couple behind, it's because we're the press.
Then it could be both, yeah.
Officials for tonight's game, referee.
Sean Brisley steps up to the centre circle for the toss as the Alfreton captain up against James Spencer. Although we can never tell if we've won the toss.
No.
In the back of the main stand. Please can everybody take your seats.
Looks like we're staying the same sides.
Let's get behind the
Oh,
match tonight.
no, end switch.
Way
2
to
games in
jinx
a row,
it.
that
Way
now.
to jinx it, Vaughan. We're switching sides.
2 games in a row.
So I'd probably say they've won the toss there.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, if the sides are switching. If I was the home team and you were on a particular side, really, you know, there's no condition, there's no wind today. Sometimes, you know, you might want to kick against the wind the first half while you've got the legs, and then in the second half you can have that catalyst.
But it could also...
But there's no wind here today, so...
No, it could also, I suppose, be a matter of familiarity. If Alfreton have won the coin toss there and chosen to switch ends with a sort of, you know, just to sort of change things up a little bit and shock them a tad. But... yeah, it's not sometimes a factor shooting which way your fans are behind the goal, but it doesn't look like the Curzon fans are going to be stood behind the goal today. Yeah. So I don't imagine that was a factor. Just
before we kick off, we had a comment asking if we're allowed to show the game. We're not. It's
no,
there's a blackout. Not. We can't stream the game, but we can commentate and bring the match to life the best we can. But it isn't often kick off, so I do think they chose to switch ends and give us the kick.
Yeah, to be fair. That's a good point.
And Billy Fuster will start the match for us momentarily.
We are underway here at Curzon Ashton. Direct approach immediately, looking for the men on the left-hand side. I think it's going to be an interesting one, as you say. Both teams in a fairly good patch of form recently. Perrett winning a early free kick for Alfreton in an attacking position.
Yeah. It's good from Perrett to bring the ball down there. He had his back. You know, we love a flick on, but there he just realised the situation he was in to chest the ball down and take it into the space and get the Curzon defender to commit and win a free kick.
It'll be Nathan Newell to send it in. Drilled in towards the back post. Flicked on by Brisley. Brought down by the Curzon defence and cleared away only as far as Nathan Newell. We've seen him hit him from here before. That one not quite as spectacular as his.
He does hit it. It was hard, it was low, but it just goes into the crowd.
Thewlis takes it down on the left-hand side of the area, not able to beat the 2 men that close him down, and it's cleared away for Curzon, running all the way back through to George Willis.
Yeah, no problem for George Willis to deal with here. All the Curzon players firmly in their own half.
Falls back with the Curzon defence, back up the line from the full-back. Man up top is offside. Once again rolling back to George Willis, who can take his time here.
Yeah, it looks like Curzon are setting up with a very low block. Once again, not giving Alfreton any room to play in behind. We've seen it time and time again this season. Teams don't like giving you space to run into behind in this league especially. So they're setting up very low. They know we're going to come through the middle, so they'll leave the spaces out wide. But we've got players who can exploit those places, such as Jordan Field. It's a very, very tricky player. He can turn and swerve. He could be very important today, as he has been all season.
As you say, in those moments, it could be a moment just like we've seen on so many occasions. It doesn't necessarily need to be a fantastic piece of team play, just one individual moment of brilliance to unlock the defence, and it could be the difference in the game. As we've missed a free kick to Curzon in the defensive third, it's been sent upfield and an offside given against the attacker there. Thought it might have been a foul, but the line has flagged.
Yeah, I couldn't really see whether he's got that right, but we'll take that one of them any day. When you don't have to deal with that ball, you see the flag go up. It's a nice relief on the defence.
Yeah, absolutely.
George Willis is very far out to take this and gives it to Newell short.
Sends another one into the area, looking for the targets. Knocked down by McDonagh and cleared away. Looking for Ken Diggy there, who's in quite a good position offensively, but might get caught out at the back as Curzon look to launch a counter-attack.
Well, Ken Diggy, he loves a goal, and he's got quite a few this season for a centre-half. The pick of the bunch coming against Blythe Spartans away, where he picked the ball up on the halfway line and dribbled the whole length of the pitch through the whole team and slotted one very calmly in the corner. So he loves a goal, and he'll get it around there.
Ball flicked on from McDonagh, looking for Thewlis. Not quite come off this time, though. It's out to the number 19 for Curzon. He's seen a lot of the ball early on in this game, picking out passes down the line, looking for those forward passes. One is yet to come off for him, though. And here he is again, Richards. comes inside.
Reece Hughes turns, finds a pass right out to the left centre half. Devon Matthews, who's still on the ball.
Goes for the long option back out to Richards here on the right-hand side. Into the middle. Curzon looking comfortable in possession with their first spell of the game on the ball.
Yeah, they're going to want to play football. That's a dangerous game to play against Alfreton because it will frustrate you. They are a disciplined team when it comes to teams that want to keep hold of the ball. And like that, they've just held the position. Everyone's done their job, and Curzon have been forced into a long ball, and it goes straight through to George Willis. I
think that's initiating the press at the perfect time. You saw as the ball went back to the man in the middle. Two players go straight to him and rush him into a pass, rush him into a decision, and he opts to try and play it over the back of the defence, and it's just too heavy. George Willis able to clean up and send it long. Jeremy done a good touch to take that one down. Goes back to Nathan Newell on the left. Clips it forward first time.
Jordan Thewlis is offside there. He's going to let it go to the Curzon Ashton defender.
Josh Claxton sending it back forward. Just trying to cause a bit of... trying to unnerve the defence slightly. Cantrell and Lund getting in the way of each other there. Ball cleared away eventually. Diggy wins it off of his man. And here is Nathan Newell. Wanted a man down the left, but he's had to go down the middle.
Yeah, Billy didn't sound very happy with Jordan Thewlis there. He didn't. Short. He didn't really make a great option for Newell, forced him long. I think Billy wanted him to run towards that corner, give him an option down the line.
No, it forced him to go right down the middle, and it's ended up in the hands of the keeper, Mason.
Yeah, it's a really hard ball to get right, especially when teams are playing with that lower defensive line. There's just no space to work with.
No.
It's got to be inch perfect.
Ball falls to Sean Brisley, who's tried to hit the line. Bit of a miscued clearance from the man at the back for Curzon, and it is out for an Alfreton throw. Will we see the first Adam Lund special? I think we will. He's coming over to the touchline here.
No one's kept a ball for him, though.
Oh, Pam's on the case.
Pam's given him the ball.
He's got a lovely little space to run up from as well.
What can't Pam do?
What can't she do?
What can't she do?
Newell giving it Lund the short option, but he opts for the cannon into the area. Flicked on by McDonough and cleared away by the Curzon defence.
Can find a ball into the box.
Lund picking it back up, trying to get it back into the area, but he doesn't quite catch it right. Easy one for Curzon to deal with.
Yeah, well, that'll wear away at Curzon there. Just in the space of 15 seconds, we've seen 3 balls looped into the box from Adam Lund. And as a centre-half, by the time the third one's coming in, you're thinking, Jesus Christ, give me a break. Because that'll wear away at them all game. You know, it's only early in this game we've had so many balls in the box and making those defenders challenge. And as we've seen, Jerry McDonough, he can really work a defender all game. We saw against Dolman, against Tamworth at the weekend. He really, really worked him for 90 minutes. Yeah. And he's really, really impressed me so far on his loan spell here.
I would agree. I think it was a fascinating battle to watch unfold between him and Dolman. Obviously, two players that have been at different clubs, but had differing careers. But the two of them went toe-to-toe on multiple occasions, and it was really interesting to watch the two go against each other as Curzon have their first shot at goal.
Yeah, William Hayhurst out on that far left-hand side, puts a cross into the box, and Devon Matthews, who'd ventured forward out from that. I don't think he's quite playing at the back. He's kind of playing in like a deep midfield role, but he'd ventured forward into the box. He was free, but it was a hard header to turn towards the goal, and he just puts it wide.
Yeah, minor concern as he stayed down for a little bit. The referee's gone over for the check, but he is back on his feet and ready to continue. No physio needed. But yeah, regarding Jerry McDonough, I think he's been impressive since his arrival. I mean, obviously came with a certain expectation to play in that role as your hold-up man, the target forward, and I think he's filled that place really well, giving Jake Day some good competition. Yeah. Willis sending the goal kick long, flicked on. Perrott takes it down.
Great
Can't quite lay it
Perrott.
off, but it's back to Newell. Perrott once again. He's going to look for the ball into the box towards the back post. Fused to jump in to try and get something on it, but it goes all the way out for a goal kick.
Fused to having to fight against 2 or 3 Curzon bodies there to try and get that, and it's not his game, is it? He was never getting near that. John Buckley says 2-0 Alfreton tonight. I think that's the same prediction I went with before the game. I said 2 or 3-0, and we've got a 2-1, which is what you went with.
It is. Well, there you go. Don't copy us, guys. Newell back on the ball. Both full-backs on the near side to us have seen a lot of possession early on. Lund out to Cantrill. Bit of passing football here. Although that's a poor choice from Cantrill. He's given the ball away to Curzon. They could break here.
James Spencer goes out wide to William Hayhurst, who's going to try and find a ball into the box.
Headed away by Diggy. Only as far as the man out wide, though. Hughes. Cross blocked by Newell and hacked away by Jordan Thewlis. Gives the defence a breather. Here's Richards. Manages to keep it in play. Inside to Hughes and to the back line. Reece Hughes with a great ball over the top for Richards, who's made the overlap. Tries to pick the ball and blocked by Thewlis and out for the first corner of the game. It will be to Curzon.
Yeah, that's not a great spell from Alfreton there, really. It's too much space for Curzon. The ball in behind. Thewlis has gone over, but you can see as soon as he blocked that, he turned around and he started talking to his teammates, because that's not his role. It's not where he should be. He's done well to fill in, but no, not a great spell there.
Every man in a red shirt is back in the area, bar Jordan Thewlis for this corner. In it comes. Oh, it's bobbled through to George Willis. He hasn't quite kept it down. And it's 1-0 to Curzon Ashton. The corner came in. It's gone straight past the man at the near post. George Willis not quite able to keep it under control. It's bounced down to the ground. And there were 2 or 3 bodies going in for it. I didn't quite see who got the final touch. But Curzon have made it 1-0 from that early corner.
Yeah, George Willis won't be watching the highlights back, that's for sure, because a goalkeeper who's usually so sure of himself, who's always coming and claiming crosses, he just can't get a hold of that one. It's hit his palms, it's come down, it's span away from him. He's dropped down to try and block the shot, who I believe it was Isaac Sinclair who's turned it in. And it's a bit of a nightmare for him. It happens. Worst position on the pitch, goalkeeper, because if you make a mistake, that ball can end up in the back of the net very, very easily, and that's what's happened there. And now Afton are trailing and going to have to chase this game. Yeah,
I want to say it was one of Sinclair or Kenyon who were both at the near post trying to get something on that, and it was one of the two who ultimately put it away, who was in the right place at the right time. And as you say, Alfreton now with not a mountain to climb, but a bigger task they had on their hands than from when they kicked off.
Yeah, but it's come to Alfreton started well. They were working space, they were getting those flick-ons, they were putting balls into the box, and I think for the past 5 minutes we've watched Curzon come down the wing too many times where they've exploited space out wide, and that's got to be addressed.
Yeah, I think you're spot on, and again it's just one of those moments, as you say, it's a positive start from Alfreton in more ways than one, but it's just a slight, not an individual mistake, but just...
It's cruel.
It's
a very cruel game, because George Willis is so certain all the time. He's very, very confident in the goal, and we have a lot of confidence in him to do the right things, and that is just one of those moments. And you can't get onto him because he's usually so spot on. And it's a cruel game being a goalkeeper, because when that happens, everyone's looking at you.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be a task for Alfreton to get back in it. Here is Richards again on the right-hand side. Hughes managing to just about keep the ball under control to begin with and draw a throw-in off of George Cantrill.
Yeah, Curzon are really doubling up on those wide areas on both sides, and it's really stretching Alfreton, where there's players that are overloading basically the whole front line, where Newell's having to come inside to pick up a man and Thewlis is having to come out wide to take that kind of channel. And it's giving Curzon a lot of space to work with in the middle, in the deeper areas, and eventually they string 2 or 3 passes together and they look good.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they had that little bit of joy early on with a few crosses into the area, the full-backs getting high up the pitch or the wing-backs getting further on, pushing into the attack. And then obviously their corner came from that overlapping run from Richards as he tries to put a cross into the area, deflected out. And that's all it takes to make it 1-0. Here is Richards once again trying to clip one in behind.
Yeah, they've clearly got a way they want to play in areas they want to exploit, but Billy is a veteran manager, experienced at this level to a T, so I've got confidence that he will patch it up and get us playing.
Josh Claxton going for the diagonal ball here, flicked on by Thewlis. Not really to anybody though. The goalkeeper being pressed by McDonough and Perrott, but not phased. Newell winning that header. George Cantrill just about unable to get onto that knockdown from Newell.
Yeah, and like we mentioned on Saturday, one thing we've got to take into account is there's been a lot of rain in the lead up to this game. That ball's going to zip. Just there, the ball's gone down. It looked like Cantrill's going to get there, and the ball just gets further and further away from him, and it doesn't look like it's going to slow down. It's really zipping, and I think that's playing into Curzon's advantage, the way they're knocking the ball around on the floor.
Almost a really nice bit of play there from Curzon. They played out of the press quite impressively, but then they weren't able to find the final ball. Billy Heath quite evidently unhappy with something, whether that was the way that the press was initiated or how they had beat it so easily. But he's not happy about something. George Willis sending one long to McDonough. Not able to win the flick on, and Curzon are back in possession. Back to their goalkeeper of their own, Cameron Mason.
And Alfreton need an answer now, because it's a mistake that's led to the goal, but we've got to answer them because they are getting on top of this game.
And they're getting a lot of joy down this right-hand side now. There's a lot of space. Newell winning it back, though. Looking in behind for McDonough, but I think it might have gone out as he played it. It has.
We're being frustrated. The team that frustrates teams in this league are being frustrated. That's the best way to put it.
I think it's certainly a credit to Curzon and how they've started this game, because they've been really understanding of how Alfreton are going to play, and they know what the game plan is going to be from minute one, and they weren't phased by the early stages where it looked like Alfreton might have been on top and eventually taken the lead, and they've not really let up since then. If anything, they've got better.
Yeah, it was a cruel way to concede, like I've said, but they have taken that momentum.
Absolutely, yeah. And they've ridden it quite well. Another long ball this time. Falls back to Josh Claxton. Adam Lund finds Harry Perrott. Checks back to Claxton once more. Drives forward with the ball on the right. Goes back to Perrott.
They just seem to be sitting, waiting for that long ball to come.
They are,
I think they are going to force us to play some football.
Sean Brisley in possession now. Looks for the long ball towards McDonough. Flicked on. Perrott gets something on it, but not enough to keep the ball under control. Adam Lund winning it back. Sean Brisley composed enough to play it to Josh Claxton, who goes back to George Willis. Ball staying on the floor for a little spell there. Sent long by Willis towards Fuster and straight out for a Curzon Ashton throw.
Curzon playing out from the back now, goalkeeper on the ball. They go long. It's going to fall to Perrott in the middle. Can't quite get a flick on.
Claxton keeping that. No, not able to keep that one in. That was very close. But it is going to be another Curzon Ashton throw on that far side around the halfway line.
Yeah, this game just feels like it's dying.
From an Alfreton perspective, certainly. I mean, Curzon have got the lead, and they're obviously, they're happy with it, but that's not stopped them from pushing on and looking really good, especially in the wide areas, beating the press at the back, remaining confident.
In possession, they're assuming this back three and giving players the licence to go forward. However, the press has got them here, and Alfreton will get a throw-in in a very promising position now for Lund.
It's going to be Nathan Newell to take it, actually.
He's taking it quick to Lund.
Looks for the early ball into the area. Curzon have caught a few players offside. Headed it away. Cantrill challenging his man in the middle.
It's going to come out to Richards, who's got tons and tons of space to kill.
Looks in behind. Brisley there to deal with that one. Newell hitting the line once more. McDonough taking it down. Goes out wide to Claxton. There's some space for Alfreton here. The referee's played advantage for the pull on McDonough. Claxton slipping one in behind for Billy Fuster. Pulls it back for Jordan Thewlis. Can he get a shot away? He does. It's deflected and out for a corner. Much better from an Alfreton perspective there.
Yeah, and we've got another goal in the National League North from, who was it? Southport. Southport 1-0 up.
It's going to be Fuster to take this corner on the far side.
It's a good job I've got a good memory, isn't it?
Alfreton loading the box with the usual suspects. Brisley, Diggy, McDonough all in there. Thewlis up in the 6-yard box as well. In it comes from Fuster. Adam Lund peels into the back post, wins the header, and it's off the line. It's handball. It's going to be a penalty, surely. And a straight red card for the Curzon Ashton man in a crowd of bodies. We'll get confirmation on who that was soon, but Adam Lund winning the header at the back stick, going in towards the far post, and it's saved by the hand of an outfielder for Curzon Ashton. Well, and it's a penalty and a straight red.
What is he thinking there? Adam Lund peels round the back really, really well from the corner, and it's a looping header. It looks like it's going to nestle in at the back post, and it's just dropping in. And number 4, Marcus Posher, has literally both hands in the air, batted it down off the line. I have no idea. He could have headed it. He could have. I mean, Diggy was there to challenge, but it is just idiocy. I can't believe he would do something in a game that you're in control of, in a game where you're on top. You've been gifted a goal, and they also fell apart on Saturday when they got a red card. Curzon.
Well, there you go. Perhaps this is a sign of things to come. Jordan Thewlis is standing over the penalty for Alfreton here.
Jordan Thewlis has been very, very assured from the spot so far.
Reliable man, isn't he?
But I cannot believe that is such a stupid thing to do from Porsche.
Well, from an Alfreton perspective, I mean, it's only a positive. Jordan Thewlis is preparing. The referee's getting the players out of the box. A chance, a gift really, to equalise. And with Curzon down to 10 men, a chance to really swing the momentum here. Whistle is blown. Thewlis steps up. And it's saved by the goalkeeper. But it's in on the rebound.
Claxton!
It's Josh Claxton with a rare goal.
Josh Claxton's there, and he's over to the Alfreton fans behind the goal. It's not a bad penalty by Thewlis by any means. It's come off the post, it's come out, and Claxton right to his feet, first time, hard, low, and into the empty part of the net. The goalkeeper went the right way, and that was his undoing because there was all that space for Claxton to put in.
Yeah, I think the keeper's gone the right way, as you say. He couldn't quite tell if it had come off him or off the post, or if he tipped it onto the post, but it's come back into the area. Josh Claxton's running from the edge, and he's in the right place at the right time to level the scores, and it is 1-1. Curzon Ashton down to 10 men from that handball from, who was it, the number 4?
Marcus Posher.
Marcus Posher, down to 10. Well, and a chance for the momentum to swing.
That has really, really changed this game. We thought the game was dying from our perspective. We were really, really, really under the cosh. They were on top of us. They were knocking the ball nicely around in the right areas. We looked like we had no answer, and that is one way to absolutely bottle it from Marcus Posher. What I don't understand, why his natural reaction would be to handball it off the line with 2 hands, and the referee didn't hesitate at all to send him off.
It was obvious from up here. It was obvious for the referee. Handball on the line. I mean, you've got the lead, but it's so early in the game as well. It's not even if it's like a last-ditch attempt to protect a win. And now that he's got the rest of his team to play the rest of the game with 10 men and given a goal away, essentially, from the resultant penalty, obviously coming off of the post. But Josh Claxton switched on enough in the right spot to hit it hard, hit it low. Goalkeeper's not able to get it up in time. None of the defenders able to get in the way and deflect or get something on it to divert it from goal.
Yeah, and Thewlis just went to the keeper's left. He dived that way, right towards that. Thewlis's bottom right, keeper's bottom left, and off the post out to Claxton, and that is really brought this back to life for us. There is momentum to be had out. And there's another corner now for Alfreton.
Fuster stood over it once again. I highly doubt we're going to see a repeat of the last set piece, but in it comes towards Adam Lund again. It's flicked, and it's just wide of the post. Another good header from Adam Lund, getting up above his man, this time just wide of the left post. Keeper wouldn't have got there, I don't think. It was really well placed.
And I think that's why Curzon wanted to make us play football, because they are not living with that ball in the air.
No.
When that ball's coming into the area, they've dealt with it for the first 5 minutes when we had that spell, but from those two corners, they do not look sure at all. And I'm sure those players on the pitch for Curzon are not very sure now at all, considering that what has just happened here.
It's looking like they're going to sort of more of a back four in possession, with Richards dropping back a little bit.
Yeah, they were in that back three, and they were really, really on top of this game. And now anything can happen at all.
Free kick given to Curzon on the halfway line. It's a battle, an aerial duel between Diggy and the number 9 for Curzon. Who have we got as the number 9?
It's James Spencer.
James Spencer.
Charlie have also taken the lead against Gloucester. Gloucester City, a struggling Gloucester City, who still turned us over 3-0.
Free kick to be taken direct to the left-hand side for Curzon Ashton. Straight through to Kennedy Diggy, who clears that one away with his head.
Yeah, no pressure.
Hacked away by Adam Lund. Time for Alfreton to have a bit of a let-off. It's a free kick given again. Perrott going in too high, I think, with his jump for the ball.
No, I think he's given it against Jerry McDonough, where he's stuck his bum out
for the afters.
As he's gone into, he's just got to put his body in the way. I mean, it is a bit naughty,
but that is his game. Given away at the back here by Curzon. Perrott pounces into Thewlis.
Well, they're going to struggle to beat that press with one man less.
Comes out to Newell. Adam Lund forced back to Sean Brisley. He's got time here. Diggy completing the route to the right-hand side of the pitch. Josh Claxton, the goal scorer, looks direct for McDonough. Unchallenged, knocked it down into an area where he thought Jordan Thewlis may have been, or Harry Perrott, but it's gone straight to the defence. Alfreton do win it back, though. Fewston not able to get that one under control. Curzon back in possession.
Richards is still bombing down this far side. They are still persisting with that 3 at the back in possession.
And he does have the pace. Beats Newell to that one with his head. But Newell, as you say, did enough to sort of know that he had the run on him after the ball had been won.
Well, he did the right thing. He got his body in the way and he challenged and he assumed possession of the ball. And I'm thinking, just lay the ball back off to the keeper, lad. Just lay it off to him and let him send it. Ooh. And he's tried to turn out. And he's give away a throw-in to Curzon, and we've won the ball back, and now they've got another throw-in in a dangerous area. It's one of them where it's just a slight lapse in judgment, and he's made the wrong decision for me.
Yeah, well, I think he actually won the throw after he turned out to clear it away, but threw it into Adam Lund to try a little 1-2, and the pass was short and went out for it, straight for a throw. Richards has it on the right-hand side now. Given away straight away, though, to Perrott. Finds McDonough. It's a late challenge.
It's going to be, I think it's a booking. I think it's a booking for George Waring. He's
claiming he got the ball. He's claiming
there's
he got
no
the
ball there. Yeah, he's been booked.
You heard the boots coming together.
Yeah, that
was
the ball. It's a great ball into the striker, Jerry McDonough, who is great at holding the ball up. And as he's taken that touch, he's just kind of swung his leg in there. And he had no right to be challenging for that ball because he wasn't in a position. And that could have been a nasty one. So I think the referee's got it right booking him. I don't think it was anything more than that. But yeah, not some that'll run, especially in today's game.
George Willis standing over the free kick here, just inside the Alfreton half. He's clipped it to the open Nathan Newell with an opportunity to cross it into the box. He has been closed down by Richards. Gets the cross away. I think it's taken a nick and it's back into the hands of the goalkeeper, Cameron Mason.
Yeah, it's took a deflection off Richards there as the cross has come in. And it's just spun into the keeper's hands. A nice simple one. And Richards is still bombing down that side as the keeper got the ball. He didn't half set off. The keeper didn't even look at him.
You got a feel from there. He's busted a gut to get into that position.
He really has turned on the burners.
Curzon with trying a little triangle in the midfield there, but it's too heavy a pass out for an Alfreton throw. Claxton probably going to hit the line here. Or he could go back to his keeper. Willis has given him the option.
Yeah, William Hurst looks like he's got a bit of space down that left, but he was just shepherded out by Claxton. Even if he threw his body in the way to try and get something on it and keep it in, he would have just give Clacky the ball.
Same's happened again here. Throw's gone out. Once again, a little bit higher up the pitch this time.
The Alfreton goal scorer, Josh Claxton, will get it back into play. I've just been told that's Josh Claxton's 3rd goal of all time. Obviously, he scored one earlier on in the season against Scunthorpe, a volley from outside the box. I recorded that goal from pitch side.
Well done, you.
Yeah. It was also a game where Dwayne Whiteley, of all people, scored an absolute cracker from about 30 yards out.
The unlikeliest of goal scorers.
And there was a red card in that game as well for Scunthorpe.
But was it for a double handball on the line?
And speaking of Scunthorpe, they've just gone 1-up.
There you go, trying to close that gap on Tamworth at the top of the table. Obviously 10 points behind, but with 2 games in hand, and with Alfreton getting that 0-0 against Tamworth, just open up that title race a little bit more. You know, if Scunthorpe had beaten Tamworth in that midweek game not too long ago, you think the title race would be really open.
Yeah, bust it wide open, not burst it. But maybe Clacky only scores in games where there's red cards for the other team.
That could be the theory. That could be it.
It's when he decides to get one.
An Alfreton throw here deep into the defensive third. Adam Lund going over to fetch it. McDonough stationed just ahead of the halfway line, preparing to...
He's just going to hit the line here, get us out of there.
He does enough to let it run. Thewlis,
they're all over.
Hands all over his back, and he wins a free kick. It's clever play. He knew he wasn't going to be able to keep it in, but he did enough to get the ball away from the defenders on his back and went down under the challenge to draw the foul.
Billy letting the referee know that that's where his second one. Obviously, he's already been booked. So I want to keep an eye on.
Yeah, you never know. One more foul, they could be down to 9 men.
Oh.
Nathan Newell going to drill this one into the back stick as per. In it comes. It's a little short, but it's just underneath Harry Perrott, who can't get his head on it. Cantrell picks the ball back up. Cheeky little step over there.
Very clever little turn from Cantrell to relieve some pressure.
Claxton going down the line. Lund keeping it in. Fuster doing his best. Across into the area. Diverted out right at the last second. That looked like it might have gone all the way through to Jerry McDonough for his second Alfreton goal.
Yeah, it looked like it had teed itself up very nicely for him to just hit it first time on his strong right foot as it come in. But a really, really good last hitch, stretching touch from Curzon turns out for a corner. Billy Fuster will take again.
Alfreton have had a lot of joy from their 2 corners so far in this game. And in it comes. Towards the back post. Lund peels off again this time. Can't quite get the better of his defensive man, and it's gone out for another corner.
Yeah. And we're in there protesting to the referee, kept it in and knocked it out for a throw-in. Won't do you any good, mate, because Adam Lund is just going to launch it in flat, even if he does give the throw-in. He has given the corner, but he's not doing himself any favours.
I was going to say, it is reminiscent of that famous clip where... I want to say it was against West Brom where the goalkeeper puts it out for a corner against Stoke.
Rory Delap.
Rather concede a corner than a throw, and I think in this situation it's kind of the same. A short corner here this time. Nathan Newell gives it back to Billy Fuster, clips it into the area, it's gone to the back post! Oh! And it's somehow diverted behind. It was a flailing body in the back.
Very nearly an own goal.
Yeah, almost shouts for handball, shouts for... another penalty for Alfreton, but it's bounced off of his side, really.
I didn't quite catch who it came off, but it was a clever little short routine. Fuster to Newell, back to Fuster, who came in with a lot of spin, a lot of power.
Fuster taking another corner this time to the back post towards Diggy. High foot given against him. The defender's gone into... He's gone in with his head low, and I mean, fair enough. Diggy's tried to volley it. Yeah, and it's not going to be a booking or anything. I think the referee understands that it's not intentional.
Well, he's crouched down onto his knees to head the ball there.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know how it's a high foot. I get his foot is where his head is. But if you're coming down to that area, you're
making the decision to put your head in that place, I suppose. But yeah, I think that's why there's not been a card shown there, because in a standard situation where your foot's too high.
That's how Cameron Mason nearly went short there from that free kick.
He did, and I think he's made the right decision not to.
He was on his way, he'd taken the run up, we thought he was doing it quick, and McDonough and Thewlis or Fuster, can't remember,
Great header forward from Cantrell, almost finding its way through to McDonough, rescued by the defence.
They were just quicker to it, weren't they? And if he hadn't have looked back up and he'd have played that ball, it could have very well been 2-1.
A rare attack here from Curzon. Richards looking to get the better of Newell, but Newell getting his body in the way once again, earning that throw-in on the line.
Yeah, making Richards take the touch to put it out for a throw-in, and Lund once again will take it deep into our own half, but he will just launch it into their half, relieve any kind of pressure.
Up it comes towards Jerry McDonough. Does knock it down, and Cantrell having to intervene. It's out for a Curzon throw in their own half. Well, it went out in their half, but they're going to take it out 10 yards.
Richards has decided he's going to go 15 yards. So he's throwing it backwards anyway to Matthews.
Bit of justification.
Cameron Mason going to take his time here. Forced long.
Looks for Richards once again on the right. Newell beats him to the ball. Gives away a throw-in in the process, though.
Yeah, he's done well there, Newell.
Yeah, beat him to the aerial battle.
I'm not quite sure what the delay was there, but we're off again.
Good.
Oh, clever play.
Claxton going in well, sliding in to nick the ball back and clearing it away. Almost found Jordan Thewlis as well.
The throw from Curzon coming there, and I think it was just flicked into the inside by Spencer, James Spencer, the Curzon captain. What looked to be another little pass into the feet of Adam Barton, just got away from him, and Claxton slid in, took the ball and cleared away back out to this wide area where Richards is taking the throw-in now on the halfway line.
Forward it goes. He's peeled away from his man here.
Spenny Moore have equalised at Southport. Graham Lee, the new Spenny Moore manager, went there after Mask United's resignation from the Northern Premier League.
Alfreton win it back in the midfield, and it's 5-on-4 here at the back. Just Claxton in an advanced position for the second time today. Jordan Thewlis into the area. Can he beat his man? He's gone down.
Not
Laid
again,
back to Josh Claxton. And that's probably why he's only got 3 goals in his...
Clacky's got a nosebleed.
Back he goes. It was on his weak foot, to be fair. It was at an awkward angle. Had to rush the shot.
He's
but it's
nearly
gone
hit
out.
my car.
It's gone out and over.
2 games in a row, my car's been hit by a wayward shot. I'm sure you can hear Billy. He's a loud man. He's an upset man.
Kindly instructing Nathan Newell to move over to the left-hand side there. As obviously Richards finding himself in a lot of space. Even after going down to 10 men, he's still finding little pockets on that right-hand side for him to move into.
Rammed at him.
And he has the ball here, Richards, looking to clip one over the top. Diggy doing enough to get ahead on it. Barton has it now, and he shoots wide of the post. Bit of a scare for Alfreton there. They've had, not really anything to worry about for the past 10 minutes. But that's all it took, a long ball up from the goalkeeper.
Just a mix-up at the back, a little mistake. It's come through. Billy is fuming. I can see the steam coming off his head from here. But Barton would have done very well to turn that in, because he's far out. It's on his, I'm not sure if he's left or right-footed, but it's on his left foot. It's bouncing up. It's on the half volley. Yeah. And you've got to generate power to beat Willis from there at his near post. So I was pretty comfortable there.
Either way, a difficult angle and a shot given nonetheless, but nothing for Alfreton to worry about in hindsight. It's going to be a throw. Adam Lund goes short to Josh Claxton. Tries to pick out McDonough. He does so. Takes it down, not quite able to beat his man though. Curzon back with the ball in the defence. Goalkeeper Mason goes long, and he's not happy with the positioning of his wide players. Obviously, we've seen him go wide so often in this game. He wasn't able to do so there. Here's Perrett on the ball.
Great ball.
Great ball in behind for Billy
Through
Fuster.
the channel.
Gets it in, and it's somehow evaded both Jordan Thewlis and Jerry McDonough in the middle. It's come out to Richards, who gets it away. There's a man down for Curzon at the back and a man limping forward.
Well,
the ball has gone out.
That was a very, very clever pass from Harry Perrett, just to...
Really incisive.
He threaded it through the inside of the channel for an overlapping Billy Fuster. They met in the middle. He had space. He put the ball across the box. It missed the first man at the front post, which I believe was Jordan Thewlis, who had ventured inside, and it looked like it was going to come through towards the back end of that 6-yard area on our knee side closest to us, where McDonough was waiting, and it just went through his legs as he went to go swing a leg at it. He didn't quite get a swing a leg at it. It would have been a very quick reaction, but it was a great chance nonetheless, and a great bit of play.
From the striker's perspective, it's a difficult one to deal with because it's come through, and you're anticipating the man in front of you getting something on it, or the defender putting you off. But it would have had to have been a very quick reaction to get anything on it, let alone a shot at goal.
But you want to see more of that from Alfreton now with that extra man to exploit those spaces, to catch them out where the Curzon defender's looking at Perrott, the ball's gone in, the next thing he's got to do a full turn to get to where the ball's gone, to where his new man is. You've got to make the most of those extra numbers. You've got to exploit what they've done wrong, which is getting a man sent off for such a silly thing to do.
Yeah, that's still sticking out in your mind as the turning point in the game. Just a ridiculous decision to palm it away with both of your hands so obviously as well. We didn't even try and disguise it.
But Devon Matthews is back up for Curzon, and we're back underway. Willis on the ball now in his 6-yard area.
Hacked away. Yeah, there were 2 men down for Curzon just now, and I was anticipating a change, but both men are up and okay to continue, which is nice. Good to see.
Yeah, I think the one who they were really concerned about was Devon Matthews there, who had gone into a challenge and stayed down and kind of kept his head down, whereas I'm not sure who the other player was, but he was kind of up and looking around
a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it's worth to note I have just seen Harry Perrott do a scorpion kick pass, but unfortunately nothing coming of it other than a Curzon free kick on the halfway line.
Well, we've been asked our thoughts on the new signings. We've not seen too much of George Dickinson.
No, unfortunately, no.
He's a bright player, but
oh dear! George Willis has handled the ball outside the area. He's come out to claim a deep free kick, and he's caught it. And he's just about got outside the area. We could very well see him sent off here, depending on what the referee decides.
I think it'll be a booking. He's not done it on purpose. He's claimed it. He's just ventured outside.
The referee is calling him over.
Yeah, if you're going to send him off, you pull the card straight out.
You'd reckon so.
He's just saying to him, "Oh, George, don't take the mick." But I do think it was accidental.
Yellow card.
But it's a free kick right on the edge. Anyway, back to the new signing instead. Quick, Jerry McDonough.
Yeah, Jerry McDonough.
Really impressive, Jerry McDonough. His hold-up play is really, really impressed me. It's the way he can bring the ball down on his chest, play the ball out, and obviously scoring a winner on his debut is he's impressed me.
I'd agree
so far. But Curzon have a really dangerous free kick. It's a silly one. I think honestly that mistake will have been on George Willis's mind that led to their first goal, and he really wanted to claim that. He screamed, his defenders moved out the way, he claimed it, but he'd just come outside of his box.
William Hayhurst, one of the men, stood over this free kick for Curzon right on the edge of the box, inside the D. Every man back for Alfreton. It's a 5-man wall.
Also stood over it.
They're going to do well to get it up and over from here.
I think Willis should be another step back, a step more. He's a bit too far over to his right-hand side for me, but
we'll see. We've got a large wall and then 2 men either side.
I think he's trying to invite them to
try and bend it,
to try and find that top corner.
And it comes from Richards. He's gone for to catch it out and evade the wall at the near post, but it is wide of the goal and it's a let-off.
Yeah, and that's why I think you run the risk when you're trying to invite someone to go up and over the wall, and you obviously, as they take the run up, he steps into the middle of his goal, ready for that to happen. If it goes the other way, it's really hard to get your momentum the other way, but he looked like he had it covered and the shot was off target, so unimportant at the end.
But again, two little lapses from George. I mean, the error just now, he's come out to claim the ball on the edge of his area.
I do think it's accidental, but
of course.
I don't think we'd usually see him come for those. I think that's playing on his mind. Great flick on for McDonough to Fuster now in the wide area.
Well cleared, though, by the man at the back. But again, some joy for Billy Fuster on that flank. Here he is again. Back to Claxton, who whips this one in. Headed away. Nathan Newell chasing that one down. latches onto it.
James Spencer after him. He's given him a bit of afters.
Back to Sean Brisley. Here's Diggy driving forward. He has got the space. Lays it off to Claxton. Into the area again. Towards McDonagh. Keeper makes a good claim. And Curzon can breathe.
I think George Willis is dying for one of them catches that Cameron Mason just made. And I do strongly believe, obviously, as a goalkeeper for a long time, when you make a mistake, you either go into a shell or you want to rectify it immediately. You want that chance again to just show to yourself you can do it, and I think that's what he died to do when he gave away that free kick. So he'll be hoping one of those balls come in that just came in into the Curzon area so he can come and claim it.
Great bit of control from James Spencer there for Curzon, resulting of the goal kick. And they have found a little bit of space back out on the left-hand side here. It goes down the line. Adam Lund does enough to sort of shepherd the ball out for a goal kick.
Yes, simple for us to deal with there.
Yeah, basic defending. It's played in behind. It's a little bit heavy, asking a lot of the Curzon man to get onto the end of it, and Adam Lund knows that. He knows that he's going to have to stretch to get there, so he's just seen it out.
And Charlie have extended their lead at home, obviously playing a struggling Gloucester. They're now 2-0 up.
George Willis takes the goal kick long, looking for McDonagh. He does get the flick on his Perrett, trying to get round his man. He's obstructed, but no foul, says the referee.
He looks hurt, but I think he sold it a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's taken the touch to get around the man, and I think he knew he wasn't going to be able to get there. But there was also not much he could do with the momentum taking him into the player.
Although the reaction from our media stand is that they all think it was a foul. So
I disagree.
I do as well. I think he tried to buy it.
Yeah.
James Spencer
on the ball.
With space on the left-hand side.
Venturing into the area, laid off. Diggy doesn't have to win it back. Cleared away.
It's just blind. It's a blind clearance. We've got an extra man, boys. Use it. It's just a blind clearance out to this far near side towards us, and there's no Alfreton players there, and the ball just runs out for a throw-in. Richards is going to throw it back into play.
Gets it back off of his man in the middle, Hughes. Tries to go down the line. Brisley should have that one covered. Goes back to his goalkeeper, George Willis. Tries to send that one long on his weak foot. It's curled and stayed in. Matthews hacks it back upfield. Brisley away. Richards tries to go back into the middle, but there's a little bit too much on that one, and it's going to roll all the way through to George Willis.
3 minutes of additional time.
And I'm sure you've heard there.
They've picked that up.
They've added on 3 minutes of additional time.
Willis goes short with the ball to Claxton. Hits the diagonal play. Perrett knocks it in behind. Almost a great ball into Thewlis.
It looked like it was just going to dip in behind for Thewlis, but Devon Matthews deals with it. Newell venturing forward now.
Looking for Billy Fuster at the back post. It's a little bit of curl on it, so it's gone straight into the hands of the goalkeeper once again.
Billy just punching the air there because you want to see a bit of whip come on that.
Yeah, this is the time if you're Alfreton, you really want to get a goal. You've been putting that pressure on after they've gone down to 10 men, and if you can get something now, it's really going to make the second half a challenge for the hosts here. Goal kick goes long.
Diggy had a hold of his man. The referee shakes his head in disagreement with the Curzon appeals, but James Spencer.
Good bit of play, but loses out. George Cantrill driving forward now. Thewlis. He's got McDonagh out wide. Opts to go back to Nathan Newell, who then tries to clip it over. Perrett is offside, but McDonagh isn't. He gives chase.
Devon
Matthews doing his best to hold it up.
He's gone.
It's a short. Oh, the keeper's. He's fortunate.
He is very fortunate. He's just put his foot behind the ball, and Perrett's challenged, and Perrett's momentum's kind of taken him over the ball. The ball kind of stopped still as he's gone into that 50-50.
It looked like one of those where if the pass is just short and the attacker can get anything on it, they'll go down under the challenge from the goalkeeper and draw the penalty. Richards on the ball here.
James Spencer
for Curzon. Trying to work space for a shot. Goes to Richards out wide, who's in a lot of space. Pulls it back across the box. It's a great save initially from Willis, but it is 2-1 to Curzon Ashton against the run of play. A diving header in after the initial stop from Willis. And it's really not what you want from an Alfreton perspective here.
James Spencer's been given too much joy. I mean, that is not what Billy Ethel wanted.
Number 22, Adam Barton.
It's Adam Barton, I think, Adam Barton's confirmed from the tannoy as he's headed it in off the rebound, but that is so silly. I mean, James Spencer a couple of times now has been given space to dance on that edge of the area. He's looked like he's worked so hard to shoot, and instead of shooting, he's just played it through to Richards, who we've said is using this space on the far side, and he has so much time to put the ball across the box. I think it was Isaac Sinclair, the first goal scorer, who turned the original shot towards goal, which was blocked off the line by Claxton, and then it was followed in by Adam Barton on a diving header to give Curzon the lead literally at the death of this first half. I'm not sure there'll be maybe one passage of play before the referee blows his whistle.
Well, if there is, it'll be now. And it's cleared away from the Curzon defence. Adam Lund into McDonagh. Manages to get the ball away, but doesn't keep possession. Thumped away by Richards. Diggy does enough. Whistle goes back to his goalkeeper.
And that
half-time whistle is blown.
We're at the break. It's
Curzon Ashton 2, Alfreton 1. Really frustrating after Curzon go down to 10 men, but against the run of play, managed to find the goal to take the lead on the brink of the half-time whistle.
You just felt like Curzon were running away with this game. It just felt like they were going to be on top and we were going to struggle. We were 1-0 down from a George Willis mistake, and he doesn't make very many of them, so it's just one of those freak things that happens. And then out of nowhere, Marcus Posture with absolute lunacy to handball it off the line from the Adam Lund looping header. Josh Claxton following in John Dewlis's penalty to make it 1-1. And then when it looked like Alfreton were just going to get control of this game and really take control, just a bit of magic from James Spencer, the captain, to find Richards on the far side, and that Billy Heath will not be happy with that, and something's got to change in the second half. But we go into the break. Curzon Ashton 2, Alfreton 1.
Please can everyone take your seats.
There we go. Right, we're back. Back underway for the second half. Alfreton versus Curzon Ashton. Alfreton trailing at the break despite Curzon Ashton going down to 10 men and having the majority of play in their favour. It was a late goal at the end of the first half from Adam Barton to put Curzon Ashton into the lead. An unfortunate mistake from George Willis for the opener. And then obviously Josh Claxton with a rare goal for Alfreton.
Yeah, just quickly before we get started, we've had a couple of comments asking if we will be doing this for every week. Weather permitting and other things, we will be trying to do it for every single game. Yeah. I think it'll be very rare that there's no watch along. Yeah.
Well, we're back underway here. Curzon Ashton get us going once more. It's a long ball instantly over to the right-hand side. George Willis, no problems with that one though. Rolls it out to Josh Claxton. Looking for a man to find. He goes inside to Jerry McDonough. Good little ball. Out to Billy Fuster. Checks back to Claxton again. Clips it forward. Looking for Thewlis. Not quite enough on it though. Adam Barton, good bit of play to turn out, but Billy Fuster nicks it back, bodies his man, and there could be a chance for Alfreton early on in the second half. Tackled by Hughes, it's a good challenge. Claxton over the throw.
Yeah, give him the ball, Claxton.
But he leaves it for Lund, he knows what to do.
We've not used this Lund throw into the box enough.
And it's not gone into the box. Short to Fuster and back to Lund. Whipped in, it's deep to the back stick, yeah. Very deep, too deep out for a Curzon throw on the far side.
It was the same at Tamworth. Too many opportunities to throw the ball into the box. One of the biggest weapons we've had that's led to so many goals this season. We're going short here and we're going backwards there and we're playing feet and back, and it's all nice if it comes off, but it's not. We like balls into the box. Well, that's the point of the throw. It's the danger.
Yeah, I mean, as cliche as it is in that situation, you've just got to get it in the box, really. And I mean, obviously, we've seen on a few occasions mixing it up and going short has proved effective and something different for the opposition to deal with, but that's normally after so many have gone into the box that it's a surprise that the throw goes short.
Thewlis
hits one outside the area, out of nothing, but it does go over the bar, wide of the post.
Yeah, power, direction, just no placement.
Caught it nicely, though. Got quite a lot of power behind it, but the keeper, nothing to worry about in the end.
Billy is kicking off once again with
Nathan Newell. Poor lad.
We said at half-time we wouldn't have liked to have been in that dressing room.
Oh, good, no. I would not have enjoyed being in there. Clacky with a smart header back to Willis. He's got Newell in space, and he has rolled it out to him on the left. Tries to look for Thewlis, but it's poor. Picked up by the captain.
James Spencer, he's the most dangerous player for Curzon.
It's looked like that anyway. He's certainly been. For a big guy, he's looked quite good with the ball at his feet and obviously created that second goal pretty much all by himself. A ball into the box by Curzon. Didn't look very threatening, though there wasn't too many people in there to challenge for it. Cleared away by Diggy.
Yeah, Newell just seemed to lose out over on that far side there, but the ball came in. It was a blind cross. There was no Curzon players in the box. And Diggy just had all the time in the world to just swing his foot and get it away. Yeah.
Will be a throw-in for Curzon though on the right. Richards, he's been another one of the standout players. Into the captain Spencer, trying to get past Brisley, forced back, gets it through Brisley's legs and draws the free kick.
Looks like it's going to be a yellow card for Sean Brisley.
It is.
Just a clever bit of play, slots it through his legs. Brisley has no choice but to bring his man down outside the area. Curzon are going to get a free ball into the box here.
James Spencer once again proving to be a thorn in the opposition defence for us to deal with here. And again, beating the man with a ball at his feet, getting it through the legs of Sean Brisley. And then not really even buying the foul. I mean, Brisley was going to either let the ball or the man get past him, but not both. And it's going to be a free kick for Curzon on the right-hand side of the area. Looks like they're going to try and go deep towards Matthews at the back post. And they do, and it's Matthews, and it's just wide.
George Warren in the play to get the last touch out of the back post. It came in, it looked like a touch towards goal had happened. George Waring just coming in at the back, arriving late, completely unmarked at the back.
Just couldn't quite get enough on it, didn't really have the angle to get it back across goal, and it was straight out. Goal kick taken short by George Willis to Claxton. Goes long, looking for Jerry McDonough, though it is short, cleared away. Claxton goes back, a bit of a coming together between Spencer and Diggy, but nothing doing from the referee's perspective. It's a poor ball forward.
Waste of possession there from Sean Brisley. He's trying to play a left-footed pass through the channel, and there's no one there other than a Curzon player who just picks it up.
Here is Hughes, who seemed quite confident on the ball in possession in the midfield, taking players on. Back to Matthews, though. Goes in behind. Have they beaten the offside trap? No, they haven't.
Adam Barton flagged up.
Did look like quite a nice clip in behind, but a good line from Alfreton to keep him in an offside area.
Billy Heath screaming Jake as he takes his bib off, and it looks like he's getting ready.
Could be going for two up top. I don't see him replacing Jerry McDonough. He has played a lot of football in the last couple of weeks.
It's
but he's been solid.
We spoke about it at half time that we could see this two up front system that was used at Southport to get us back into the game.
Well, it won the game, didn't it? Both
but we didn't think we didn't think it'd happen this early on. We thought this would be a bit later into the game.
Yeah,
but
maybe just before the hour mark. Sean Brisley is very far back here, but he's
I can see
enough.
I can see Solly getting the board ready. Jay's out with his kit on. And I'm not sure who we're going to see come off.
I want to say that's Perrott on the board, unless I've read that back to front. Ball into the box from Curzon. Blocked by Claxton, though. Barton.
Well, for a team that's a man up, Alfreton do not look in this game.
You wouldn't know it, would you, at a glance? Doesn't look like 11v10 whatsoever at the start of the second half.
Curzon Ashton's positional play. They are stood in the areas that require them to do the least work.
Yeah, and I think that's why Billy has reacted so quickly to make this change at the start of the second half. Jake Day is coming on for Harry Perrott.
Solly holds up the board, flashes it round for us so we can see. Cheers, Sol.
Is that going to be Fuster going into the 10 or moving, staying out wide? What do we reckon?
It looks like we're going to
become a 4-4-2.
Yeah, it looks more like it's going to be a 4-4-2, or if you want to get technical, it's set up as a 4-2-4, really, isn't it? The high wingers.
When you're in the attacking positions, obviously with the man advantage, it's going to be something that Alfreton are going to look to exploit. Sean Brisley on the ball at the back.
I do think Alfreton have missed Liam Waldock, a man on fire.
Yeah, I think so. I think obviously didn't have the best performance in the last match, and missing out today through injury, unfortunately. Doesn't seem anything serious, but he's a player who can really get into those pockets, playing in the 10, in that midfield, finding that final ball, as well as finding a finish, especially this season, has really stepped up on the goal-scoring front.
Yeah, Waldock has really set this Alfreton team alight for the past couple of weeks. A team that hasn't really had an established goal scorer this season. Obviously, we've had spells from different people, Thewlis, Salmon. Dare had a little bit of goal scoring form, but there's no really kind of consistent goal scorer. I mean, Diggy's got a few. The goals have come from all over the pitch, and that can be a good thing, but you need that one consistent goal scorer.
Great bit of battling from Thewlis to win it back, offloads it to Newell, who gets the ball into the area. It falls to Fuster, cleared away. Are they going to be able to keep it in? Matthews doing his best, does eventually get it away.
Well, it's a great ball from Newell, and Fuster does come well to get into that space where the ball's falling. And he just can't quite get it out his feet to get a shot away. He can't get it fully under control. He runs into a challenge. The ball bounces up, and he chases it down well to pressure the defence, and the ball comes off him. And Curzon have a throw in very deep into their own half.
But yeah, previously up coming to that, the battling from Jordan Thewlis was brilliant. Coming back from the front line, nicking the ball off the player, beating a few of them as well before laying it off with the outside of his foot to Nathan Newell.
Yeah, a very experienced player, Jordan Thewlis, as well, especially at this level.
And I think that shows on a lot of occasions. Obviously missed the penalty earlier on in the first half, but
it wasn't a bad penalty.
No,
it
exactly.
Just needed
it
to
wasn't
be
one of those
2 inches further towards the goal.
It wasn't one of those where it's really down to his fault. The goalkeeper just guessed the right way.
Yeah, when it comes back off the post and it comes back out for a follow-in, you know he's not
Yeah,
really
it's hit the post quite square rather than sort of going and deflecting out. Claxton. Back to Lund. 1-2 between the pair of them. Diggy. Newell is in a lot of space on that left-hand side, but it goes to Sean Brisley, who now goes to Nathan Newell. Inside to Thewlis and played back.
Billy looks absolutely fed up. I just watched him slouch, like stood up.
There's nothing new, is it? Jake Day getting his first action in the game there, winning a flick on. Doesn't fall to anyone, unfortunately. George Cantrill now on the ball, looking to surge forward. He's got Newell making the overlap, doesn't use him, beats a man, does now lay it off to Nathan Newell. Comes back to Adam Lund. There's a lot of men in the box for Alfreton. Here's Fewster. Tries to play it out to Claxton.
But it's a chance for Lund to put the ball into the box.
Which you think at this point they're going to do, and they don't. Claxton goes back to Diggy. I mean, they've got the overload, they've got the men advantage, especially in the attacking third now. They're going to look to use it in towards Jake Day. Cleared away. Only as far as Thewlis, who gets the shot away. It's parried by the goalkeeper. Cleared away into his own man. Josh Claxton goes down in the midst of things, but it's out to Fewster. Gets it in, but it's dealt with by Curzon. And they can breathe again.
Well, that's a foul.
Claxton wins a free kick.
Thewlis, I believe, with the shot there.
Thewlis with the initial shot, and it was then parried by the goalkeeper. Fell into a good position.
Lund tries to take the free kick short and quick there to Billy Fewster, but the referee wasn't happy with it. No, wasn't ready for us to play. It
was cleared away by the Curzon defender into what looked like either his own man or an unrushing Alfreton player, and it just didn't fall in a position for a man in a red shirt to get something on it. But Newell going to whip this free kick in. It's every man in the box pretty much for Alfreton here. Looking for Jake Day, can't quite find him. It's fallen for Nathan Newell, who hits one from outside the box, blocked. And Curzon have an opportunity to counter here. It's only the full-backs. It's a 3-on-2. Richards comes across.
Sinclair looks out wide.
Goes back to Richards. Can he get it into the box? He can. Cleared away by Claxton, out for a corner. No, has Lund kept it in? No, out for a corner.
Assistant referee's flag goes up.
Just caught out there. There's a lot of men committed forward for that set piece. Newell whipped it in, and then it's fallen back to him. He's got the shot away, closed down quickly and blocked, and then you've got a counter-attack to deal with that Alfreton really weren't prepared for. Nobody back on the halfway line.
Yeah, a miscommunication as well, because Newell was coming onto it, Claxton was coming for it, they left it for each other, they both went to go
was
again.
There as well.
They left it for each other again. Eventually Newell took charge, but by that point, a charging Curzon defence come out, blocked it and got on the counter-attack.
Curzon whipped the ball into the back stick, it's high and it's all the way out for another goal kick.
Well, you won't see many worse corners than that.
No, that really was bad.
High, looping, all the way over.
George Willis started jogging for it before it even reached his box, so he could get the ball to set the goal kick.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to describe how poor that corner was, that he'd already set off to go collect it.
Was not bothered at all.
The second he realised where it was going.
A goal kick taken short from Alfreton, but hit long by Brisley, straight into the midfield of Curzon. Billy Heath, again, visibly displeased.
Well, so was James Spencer there. The Curzon striker hasn't half give his defence a talking to for not finding his feet there.
No, but that's a big opportunity, because he's just took it down in the middle. Didn't really have any pressure on him whatsoever, just had to clip it into his striker.
Dwayne Wiley now getting his kit on.
I can see Sean Brisley coming off now. If that's Dwayne Wiley getting ready to come on. There's been a few times where his passes have been a bit wayward, not really found their targets. So I wouldn't be shocked.
Also, Salmon and Stacey out warming up. However, we often see our players go warm up and not make an appearance. So I wouldn't read too much in it. And I think it is Sean Brisley, yeah.
Jerry McDonough into Nathan Newell, who's making a forward run, but he's dispossessed. There's going to be some space on the left now for Curzon. Well, they're right. Alfreton's left. Richards looks to find it in behind. Can Barton get onto the end of that? It's back to Brisley, who just calmly lays it back for George Willis, takes a touch and gets it clear.
Well, Alfreton with the man advantage are committing men forward, but Curzon are then using those spaces.
Fewster in an offside position was through on goal. And it will be a substitution for Alfreton. Second change of the night. Dwayne Wiley ready to come on, and it is going to be, we think,
Sean Brisley. Yeah,
it is going to be the captain.
I seen it on the board before he'd come out.
Captain Sean Brisley is withdrawn.
You'll probably hand the armband straight to Wiley.
Yeah, I imagine it'll be a changeover. He's worn the armband when Brisley's not been present in the starting lineup.
Well, usually when you're trailing the game, you don't always want to see a defender come on, but Wiley has picked up a few goals this season.
It's very true, and I think that's not only the main factor, but also just the fact that Brisley has been just looked a bit off it with some of his distribution from the back, and he's slouched down as he's come off. He did walk off quite gingerly.
Yeah, he's holding his right knee.
So he might have taken a knock at some point during the game, but
yeah, he still looks in discomfort.
He does, but Dwayne Wiley's certainly a solid player here. He's going to get his first battle as he lets a header run out, hopefully for a goal kick if Newell can keep it. No, it's been kept in by the Curzon man quite well. Willis managing to get the ball away from the on-rushing forward. A few appeals for a penalty, but
I think the appeals were more for a foul on Willis.
Well, potentially, but it came from all sides of the ground. But
I mean, he got the ball. Appealing for a penalty and Alfreton appealing for a foul on Willis, and it's definitely a foul on Willis.
Well, the referee gave neither. Claxton in an advanced area managed to keep it in play. Day gets across. No, the referee's ruled it.
Claxton didn't keep the ball in. No. Assistance flag goes up.
But I think, as you mentioned, sometimes you don't want to see a defender coming on when you're chasing a game. But in a passage like this where the defence are seeing so much of the ball, because Curzon are sitting off knowing that they've got that lead, it's possibly not the daftest thing in the world to bring on a player in that position who's got that energy, who's fresh.
Adds goals as well.
And exactly, he is a threat going forward should it come to it.
If you think the one that pops out for me, it's not even a goal, but it pops out for me. Walsall at home in the first game of the FA Cup second round. He was the closest to score, and he rose highest from a London long throw, and it was a great save from the keeper that day. But he's also picked up quite a few goals, not just with his head, but with his feet too. So I'm not too wary of that substitution.
No, me neither. Claxton looking for Jake Day there, not able to find him, but he heads it back forward. Nathan Newell picking it up now.
It's like watching tennis. Driving
forward into McDonough. Can't quite get the ball under control. And
Devon Matthews been very, very tidy.
He has.
He's
had a lot of work to do, especially since the red card.
Yeah.
And he's looked strong, he's looked confident, he's looked comfortable. And he's not...
He's played on that right of that Curzon back three.
Yeah, he's been moved across more into sort of having to deal with the wide balls as well, with Richards going forward so often, and he's looked assured. He's made all the right decisions when he's had to be forced into a difficult opportunity. The throw-in goes short once again from Adam Lunn to Josh Claxton.
I'm going to strangle him.
Fizzed into the area towards Dwayne Wiley. Gets the flick and goes down holding his head. Referee halts the game.
For a head injury, yeah.
I think it's a standard clash of...
I think he's just a bit dazed, Dwayne Wiley.
Yeah. Physio may well be introduced here.
Well, he's up. He's got his spray out.
But so is Dwayne Wiley. He is up.
Dwayne Wiley heading back into his position at the back.
I think the referee's going to be forced to give a drop ball here.
Tell you what, he's an half getting cold now.
It is. You've got the luxury of a hat, though, haven't you?
Yeah.
Nice little woolly number.
Little Borough number.
Jake Day giving the goalkeeper something to think about from that drop ball.
Yeah, would that have stood if he'd have poked it?
I think it would have been...
frowned upon.
Unsportsmanlike, but I don't think it would have been illegal. But we've seen it happen before.
Isaac Sinclair now on the right-hand side. Drops it back off, Reece Hughes.
Clipped into the area, looking for someone. Looking for a runner at the back post, but he didn't really have anybody. And it's gone straight out for an Alfreton goal kick.
And this is where Alfreton need to start coming up with an answer, because it's getting later on into this game now.
Yeah, and in a game where you think, after levelling the scores with the man advantage and had opportunities to take the lead, now find themselves behind.
Yeah, well, it's
got
one
to
of them
score
now
soon.
where Curzon will not want to be wasting possession like they just did, because they are tired. They've run a lot. They've done well to be a man down and to be ahead, but that's credit to their work. But they can't do that for the rest of this game.
No, but it's going to be catching Alfreton on the break as they're doing right now.
Isaac Sinclair surging forward to him.
Richards once again on the right.
He's just killed that counter-attack.
He's absolutely killed that counter-attack.
Just put his foot on top of the ball.
I think accidental touch there from Sinclair, but he keeps possession. Hughes.
Into the feet of
Into Barton. Goes back to Richards. Plays it off Nathan Newell for a throw. But yeah, as you say, I think Alfreton they've got to come up with something. They've got to conjure something up.
Yeah, this is going to be the time of the game where Curzon are going to tire. That man, they're going to feel that man for the last 20 minutes that's missing.
You'd like to think so. Newell wins it back. Tries to bring it out of defence. He's got hands all over him, but he manages to keep possession and play it out to Josh Claxton.
Marauding down the right-hand side.
Goes inside to Jordan Thewlis, who's come short to pick the ball up in a central area.
He crosses over into the final third.
Here is Claxton to whip it in.
It's
to
deep.
The back post. Just too deep for the head of Jerry McDonough. And cleared away by Curzon Ashton.
It's going to come all the way up to George Willis. He's got all the time in the world. Curzon are not looking for
not looking to
pillow
press
in this
whatsoever.
game. They're not looking to extend their lead. They're looking to keep this lead.
Dwayne Wiley looking for a diagonal ball. Unable to find a target. It's back to Ken Diggy, who has acres of space to sort of jog into there. But then this is it. Curzon win the header at the back, and they just have this space in the middle. That little bit of freedom afforded by Alfreton pushing so many men forward.
Sinclair's got space now down this right-hand channel. His touch is a bit heavy, and Dwayne Wiley comes in with a great challenge to knock it out for him.
That was a firm one from the pair of them. They've both gone in very strong.
Yeah, it was a cute little dink inside from Richards for Sinclair to run onto, and he just took the first touch a little bit too casually. He got a little bit too far away from him with that wet ground, and Dwayne Wiley just steps up nicely with a very, very firm 50-50, knocks it out for a throw-in.
In comes that throw-in, looking for the skipper. Goes back to Hughes, lining up the shot. He does hit it. Wide of the mark.
Off
Goal
the
kick for
advertising
Alfreton.
board behind the goal.
Lining up the goal kick again, George Willis. Josh Claxton gives him the short option, which he opts to use. Goes along. It's a poor ball, though, not really finding anyone. Nathan Newell gets that one forward, just about evades Jake Day. It's dropping from Matthews in the Curzon back line. Closed down well by Jake Day, only for a Curzon Ashton throat.
Well, there's been a goal at Southport, but not for Southport. It's for Spennymoor, where Graham Lee takes the lead. With Spennymoor and Chorley have also extended their lead to 3. And I forgot to correct that Scunthorpe's goal was disallowed. So that's still 0-0 up in the northeast at Blyth.
I take it that wasn't VAR.
No, there was not VAR. Just Live Score takes its time to update these things. There is also another game going on, Peterborough Sports Chester, but nothing's happened. So
there you go.
We've not mentioned it, a 0-0 there.
Advertiser board. The substitution board is lit up on the Alfreton bench once again. Lewis Salmon getting into his kit.
Yes.
Ready to be introduced.
Very entertaining player to watch, Lewis Salmon. He's got pace, he's got tricks, and he's got goals, and that's what we're dying for right now.
Adam Barton has the ball in the Alfreton penalty area at the moment. It's laid off for their captain to fire one, but it is high and wide. Lewis Salmon going to be introduced in place of Billy Fewster on this right-hand side. Could see him swap wings with Jordan Thewlis. But on he comes. Final change for Billy Heath's Alfreton.
Well, we mentioned on Saturday it's been a long time since we've seen Thewlis and Salmon line up together. And this is going to be a real treat for the end of this affair to see them two on together. with two strikers, McDonough and Data Fine.
This really will be more of a 4-2-4 than it is a 4-4-2 now, but I think it has to be, sending the wingers further forward just to try and get something. Jake Day gets something on that one. Cantrill nods it forward towards Lewis Salmon. Good touch.
Holds his man off nicely.
Claxton into Cantrill. Lays it off to Lewis Salmon. Gets it into the area, but it's blocked and out for a corner.
That is what we're looking for. Some nice little knocks around. Good play.
Really positive introduction for Lewis Salmon. Winning a corner.
It's sharp. It's sharper, and that's what we've needed.
Nathan Newell goes over to take this one on the near side.
And he has a wicked ball into the box at times, Nathan Newell.
Dwayne Wiley heads into the area. Again, only one man back for Alfreton in the form of Josh Claxton. In comes the corner. It's whipped to the near post and cleared away by the first man. Curzon have an opportunity to potentially get away on the counter should they pick the right pass.
That's
Diggy
great
does well
defending
to cut
from
it
Kennedy
out.
Diggy, though. Absolutely astounding defending. And Adam Lund marauds down the right-hand side and finds Salmon in space on the right.
Looks to whip it in once again. Checks back, goes to Lund. Gets it into the area, but it's into the side netting.
Billy Heath kicks his water bottle in frustration because that's a waste. But you do get the sense that Alfreton are getting back on top in this game. You get the sense that there is something happening and we could get on level terms because there is life. We are showing some life at the end.
It's a change for Curzon Ashton here. We've got the number 8 Hayden Campbell being introduced in place of Isaac Sinclair.
I've been quite impressed with Isaac Sinclair for Curzon as well. Obviously picked up the first goal from that George Willis mistake. I hate using that word, George Willis mistake, because although it's so cruel, you know, he drops one ball in about 50 and it ends in a goal, and you've got to sit there and talk about it for the rest of the game because it's the biggest talking point. Other than the fact it's going to be nicely outshined by Marcus Posture's
basketball
basket
on the line.
Basket case he is.
On comes the goal kick for Curzon Ashton, straight towards the head of Dwayne Wiley. Knocked on to Lewis Salmon. Knocks it back for Josh Claxton, who goes and finds Salmon, lets it run through his legs. It was an awkward one.
Yeah, really, really hard one to take into your stride there. It's behind him, and you've got to keep your eye on that ball till the perfect moment and take it in your stride. And he nearly did it, but
if it's either that or if he chooses to trap it there, it's going to kill the speed of the attack. Ball goes over Jake Day, flicks it in. Claxton busting the gut to try and keep it in, but he can't quite manage it.
That's just the surface, the wet surface. It's just
gliding,
skimming up off it.
It's a Curzon throw deep in their own half. Forward it comes. He's hit the line. Spencer knocked on. Adam Lund makes the interception. Tries to clip it over for Lewis Salmon. Can't quite wriggle past his opposite, number 11, and it's out for a goal kick. Shepherded out quite well by William Hayhurst.
Yeah, and Billy's getting more and more frustrated now because his team aren't doing what he wants them to do. They've been frustrated for the first time in a long time. Instead of Alfreton being the frustrators, they have been frustrated.
They are the frustrated. And yeah, the longer it goes on, Curzon might just hold on to this. Forward it comes this time. Great takedown from the captain,
Spencer just
Diggy
keeps
does have his hands over him though.
Just keeps Ken Diggy at an arm's length, and some jeers from the Curzon supporters. Ken Diggy eventually fouls him, but James Spencer, he's been great.
Great bit of control at his feet that we've seen so often in this game. Created the second goal. Drawn multiple free kicks.
Yeah, we'll give credit where credit's due. James Spencer has been very, very impressive for Curzon this evening.
Free kick goes in deep to one of the two men forward left for Curzon Ashton here. One back by Alfreton Thewlis.
Yeah, he's
fouled as he tries to break away on the counter. Claxton leaves that one for George Willis, who you imagine is going to take this one long, but he is going to be instructed to take the ball back a little bit.
Yeah, Hayden Campbell there just got in the way, stopped Alfreton from playing that free kick quick. But he's lost Claxton here, who can pick it up from the free kick.
Little 1-2 with George Willis, just to work him a slightly better angle. And it goes towards Jake Day. Nothing coming of that one, though. Cleared away by the hosts. Matthews on the ball once again here for Curzon Ashton, bringing it out of defence. Great bit of play again from that number 9 up top. Adam Barton on the overlap here. Takes it out wide, and they're going to look to just run the clock.
Yeah, Diggy, you've got to do something. You can't just stand there because he'll happily stand opposite you.
And again, you can't blame him for the position
casual.
that they're in.
It's absolute casual defending. He's just flicked it into for Barton again. Ed Campbell offside, finishes it, but he's off. But it's casual. It's too casual the way we're defending. We've got to be more aggressive. We don't look in this game. We've got an extra man. We're 2-1 down, and we don't look like the team that's going to score the next goal. Billy barking instructions at his team.
Getting Jordan Thewlis over onto the right-hand side alongside Lewis Salmon. Trying to get the overload here. But Willis opts to go left towards Jake Day. Gets something on it. Back to Lund. Here's Wiley. Claxton is in space on this right-hand side. Wiley will find him. Back to Diggy. Dwayne Wiley, the now captain, clips it into the area. Headed away by Curzon only as far as Jordan Thewlis. But they pick it up and get it away, and it will be a free kick anyway. Doesn't need to be given away in that position. There's nothing to be gained from taking him down there. But it's a free kick.
It's desperation. It's not honestly. I think we had a great 5-minute spell at the start of this game, and when we got the equaliser and they got that red card, we looked like we were just going to get on top of this game and dominate it. And then one little spell and a bit of magic from James Spencer for Curzon resulted in a goal, and we've been very, very poor after that.
Yeah, I think Curzon, I mean, they've not challenged too much in the second half with the 10 men, but again, I think on the balance of things, they've took the chances that they've got, and I don't think you'd consider them unfair winners at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Salmon flicking that one on, getting the ball back. He's got McDonough out wide, brings it into a central position, goes out to Nathan Newell on the left, who crosses, deflected by Barton. Keeper manages to make the claim. It's a strong claim. He's risen above Jake Day to claim that one.
Listen, I'll give Curzon credit where credit's due, because they've been good, but we've not been good at the same time. I think that we've made them look good in parts, and although they've frustrated us, and credit to them, you can't let a team frustrate you who have a man less.
George Cantrell with the ball in midfield. Goes back to Diggy. Billy Heath very animated on the touchline now.
Practically throwing his team forward. He must be thinking, boys, we are 2-1 down with an extra man. They are letting us have the ball in our own half, and we are just stood static. We're not driving forward. We're not finding spaces. We're not knocking the ball down. We're not linking up.
Claxton goes inside to George Cantrell. Into Jordan Thewlis. Picking the ball up. Goes to Adam Lund. Good bit of play to take a man out the game. Nathan Newell. The box is getting loaded as we speak. A good block on the cross, but it will be a corner to Alfreton. Maybe a chance to get back into the game to level it.
Yeah. Billy's not happy. If he had any hair, he'd be pulling it out.
Maybe that's why he's not got any.
He's turned around with his head in his hands there. I mean, Newell had so much time to put the ball in, but he took too much and let the man come and close him down.
Nathan Newell over the corner, in it comes towards that back post. Diggy just about unable to get there.
Cantrell get there first though.
Back to Claxton. Clipped into the back post again, this time by Claxton. Ball's dropped.
It's all the way through, it's
out
a corner.
For a corner. Referee has signalled for a corner. Another chance for Alfreton to get the ball back into the area and level the scoring.
And you can see we're unruly now, because all it takes for the goalkeeper to stand on top of the ball so we can't get the ball out for the corner. And Thulis has pushed him. It's
back across goal by Adam Lund. Header in by George Cantrell, but it's off the line. Very frustrating.
I think that's William Hairhurst off the line.
It may well have been. There were a few of them back, but I think it might have been him that got the final touch.
Another looping header from the back post from a corner from Adam Lund, and it's looped. It's come down. I think McDonough got the header, and it looked like it was going in, and it's acrobatic off the line.
Worth noting, George Willis has now managed to move forward into the Curzon half to play a ball in open play. Dwayne Wiley now picks out Jake Day. Can't quite manage to get it under control and gives away a free kick as he tries to clear the ball. Take a shot on, sorry. The defender tried to clear the ball, and I think they've connected.
Like Alex Kenyon's claiming that Jake Day's stamped on him, but it didn't look like it to me. And no one else seems to agree. There was no claims around the ground from the Curzon fans. They're all stood around him. I think the free kick was soft, in all honesty. I think Jake Day brought the ball down well. He tried to work a yard. He put his foot in to try and get a shot off. And the next thing Alex Kenyon's rolling around on the floor like he's been shot.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you've seen the pair of them go in for the ball. It's just a case that Jake Day just about come second in that race for the ball. And in the position that the game is, I don't think it's a surprise that you've got the man staying down for as long as he is. Yeah,
and Peterborough Sports have taken a lead at Chester. Scunthorpe are 1-0 up at Blythe now, assuming that doesn't get corrected again, but they are 1-0 up, it says here. And Gloucester have got one back against Charlie. Not that I think they'll make a comeback from 3-0 down, but it's 3-1 now. And a very leisurely Curzon are taking their time here.
Free kick to be taken by the goalkeeper. Forward it comes. Dwayne Wiley letting that one go. Diggy trying to see it out for the throw, but he's had to keep it in play and almost giving it away to a Curzon man, forcing Claxton to put it out for a throw.
It's been good game management, in all honesty, from Curzon, because to bring on Hayden Campbell and just have him chase up top while he's got energy, while he's got legs, coming off the bench later on, he's just chasing and making it difficult, where you'd usually think at this point that Alfreton would just take control of the ball at the back and build attacks and try and find an equaliser. And Hayden Campbell's really, really frustrating us. And I've said it so many times already, but that's the story of this game. Other than all the things that happened, is we are being frustrated.
George Cantrell, as a ball rolled back onto the pitch, has tried to just clear it out behind the advertising boards, and it's been knocked back in by a fan, to which Cantrell has responded duly by thumping it out of the ground. But we're back
underway. That's a spare ball, by the way, not the ball.
No.
Oh, McDonough, you've got to be quicker. You have really got to be quicker there. Lewis Salmon making a darting run inside, an inverted run. He's through the middle. It's been knocked down for McDonough. Great. All he has to do is slide that ball in behind the Curzon defence, and he's just taken too much time. I don't know why he's taken that much time. And by the time he's gone to play the pass, the ball's been nicked off him and he's given away a free kick.
I think Jake Day's done brilliantly to bring it down and give McDonough the opportunity to play the ball. And yeah, as you say, Salmon's peeled off brilliantly. He's clean through. It's a great run from him to get in behind the fullback. But McDonough just took too long with the ball at his feet. And then, as you say, gave away the free kick, which has been sent out for a throw.
We're approaching the last 5 minutes of normal time. And when we had a penalty and a red card, I thought we'd be winning by this point. If I'm being honest, I thought we'd have got 2 or 3. But we've not looked like scoring. We've conceded a goal to 10 men. And
I think it's safe to say that your prediction is out the window at this stage.
So is yours.
So yeah.
Unless you meant 2-1 to Curzon.
If we can rewind it and edit it, then I'll claim that was a stroke of genius from me. Claxton getting this one clear, but only as far as Hughes in the middle for Curzon. They're going to look to the corner flag here.
I mean, that's
Cuts
too
inside,
easy.
Beats Salmon. Cantrell wins it.
Well
Great
done, George Cantrell.
McDonough beats his man, Adam Lund. Outside to Cantrell. Salmon's making the run in behind. Cantrell opts to go back. to Josh Claxton.
Do not kick that ball out, Clacky.
There's a man down for Curzon, and the referee has halted the game.
I mean, the referee's got to be wiser to that. He must know that this is time wasting. There was nothing. It was a great tackle from George Cantrell, and he's gone down and he's stayed down. And I understand if you're not cheating, you're not trying. That's the game we play now with football. There's lots of gamesmanship, but the referee has to understand that that's going on as well. He's got to be wiser to it. It's not a head injury.
No,
he's stayed down and he's receiving treatment, but I have no doubt he'll get up and play on.
Or they'll use a substitution just to run the clock a little bit more. But again, as you say, it's game management. And when you're a team in this position, you're under pressure now. Even if you've not really sustained many shots on goal from the leading position, you're still in the scenario where you're 2-1 up with 10 men, and you're protecting that lead, and you're doing your best, and you know that you're going to have players, outnumbering your defence essentially.
We just don't look like we're going to score. I mean, other than the penalty and the goal, which came within the space of a few seconds of each other, has the goalkeeper had anything to do?
No.
He's
had to make
crosses.
a few claims. He's made a few claims, but I don't actually think. And there was that header from Adam Lund just after the equaliser that trickled wide of the near post. But besides that, I think
you can't get. You're playing a team who have a man down, and you're not testing the goalkeeper.
No, I think Marcus Posher might have made more saves than the goalkeeper this game.
He has made more saves than the goalkeeper,
which isn't what you want to hear. Dwayne Wiley on the ball for Alfreton, looking for a hero at this point, just to steal a point at the death. It's back to Ken Diggy.
I'm hoping for us to recreate a bit of Warrington magic a few weeks back, that 2-2 where the goalkeeper came forward. That wouldn't half redeem George Willis if he were to get on the end of a ball into the box.
Salmon
that's a foul, referee.
Somehow isn't fouled, which does surprise me in all honesty. He's battled well to maintain possession and then been brought down to the ground by the defender. I'm not sure if the referee's judged it as a shoulder to it.
Will we finally see an Adam Lund long throw into the box?
I think we will, because every red shirt is in that box by Josh Claxton, and Nathan Newell stood on the edge of the D.
Don't you dare. Oh, my.
It's gone in. Right in.
Whee.
Headed away and hacked away by that substitute for Curzon. It's going back to George Willis, who is marauding forward into the Curzon Ashton half. Sends it long. Wiley flicks it. It's back to Nathan Newell, who hits it. Closed down brilliantly by the Curzon man, and out for an Alfreton throw. Adam Lund getting himself now over to the left-hand side for another throw.
Well, I was convinced when that throw come in, Josh Claxton had made a darting run to receive it short, which is why I moaned and groaned a bit, because I'm sick of seeing it. It's not worked. We score goals from long throws into the box and we're not doing it.
Here you go. He's not got very much space to run up, but he still gets it in. Flicked by Dwayne Wiley, cleared away. Here is Nathan Newell, goes back to Adam Lund, back to Newell, little 1-2, into the area for the better angle, headed away. Newell knocks it back to Claxton, who's going to go back to Willis. Willis once again into the Curzon Ashton half, clips it into the area looking for Jake Day. It's headed away by the defender, and Curzon might have a chance to break here or just run the clock a little bit more. Ball's gone out of play. Alfreton throw. Adam Lund takes it short. Nathan Newell driving forward into the area. Dwayne Wiley's at the back post, headed across. It's out of the area, fired in by London, blocked.
Well, the technique was there, the power was there, but the play was also there.
Unfortunately for Adam Lund. Clever play from Josh Claxton to beat his man. Here's Nathan Newell again to whip it in. Headed away by the Curzon Ashton man. This isn't a broken record. Thewlis clips it into the back stick. You don't need me to tell you what's happened. Nathan Newell out to Adam Lund. It's bobbled out of his feet, but he's kept it in. And it's back to Claxton. Willis, essentially the Alfreton goalkeeper, now playing as a full-back. Goes to Jordan Thewlis. Just about manages to squeeze the pass through to George Cantrell in the middle. Drives into the area, beats his man. Back to Thewlis. Cross is blocked brilliantly from the sliding defender.
Oh, it's too casual.
And he nicks it off Thewlis. A chance for Curzon to break and run the clock. It's a 2-on-1. London Cantrell doing their best to get back.
William
It's laid
Hayhurst into James Spencer.
Claxton does enough to get it away.
What was Jordan Thewlis doing there? He had time, he had the ball, and I was just waiting for it to clip it back into the box, and he did nothing with it, and then he lost it. And William Hayhurst just burst all the way up the pitch and played a ball inside to James Spencer, who couldn't quite get the ball under his feet.
No shout.
5 minutes added on. The ball's not gone up, but we've been told 5 minutes added on.
Curzon Ashton getting the ball into the corner. It's gone back to Hayhurst.
Oh, he's not getting a foul for that, but had James Spencer run into that space, he would have had a bit of joy on the byline. He's offside now. It's going to come right through to George Willis.
George Willis throws it out to Dwayne Wiley. The board has lit up for 5 minutes. I don't think it's been raised yet. It's about to be. 5 minutes of additional time.
Yeah,
and 5 minutes for Alfreton to find an equaliser.
5 minutes additional time. 5 minutes.
It's going to have to come sooner or later, and you think, if it hasn't come yet, is it going to come at all? But this is football, and there's still 5 minutes to play. Adam Lund on the ball in the middle. Taking it forward, laying it off to Nathan Yule. Crosses into the area. It's a good ball, but it's a free kick to Curzon Ashton. I don't know.
The match for tonight's game is number 12, George Waring.
I don't know if the referees judged Jake Day to have gone in too firmly there, maybe a push in the back. But it's that man again, Matthews, for Curzon Ashton. He's been just brilliant at the back. He's dealt with absolutely everything that's come his way.
Yeah, well, there's a few more goals. So Chester have equalised at Peterborough Sports, but a massive goal in the title race. Blythe have equalised in the 95th minute against Scunthorpe.
Goodness me, Tamworth are going to be enjoying that one. And that's only 1 point gained for Scunthorpe. Well, 2 points lost really, but
yeah, especially when you're winning that late on. Yeah,
the gap only closed to 9 points with one game in hand for Scunthorpe. Short throw taken to George Willis for Alfreton. Josh Claxton goes back to Willis. Every time that ball gets played backwards, Billy Heath shakes his head. And I don't think you can blame him. Willis sends it forward. McDonough gets a flick.
Well, I'm sure when he gets in the changing room after this game, he'll be shaking a few of the lads' heads.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
for sure.
Lewis Salmon. Can he take on his man? It's a great block again by Hayhurst, and it's out for an Alfreton corner. George Willis has a look, but I don't think he's being sent up just yet. But he is standing in that centre circle, adopting somewhat of a Manuel Neuer position.
No, we're not throwing the kitchen sink yet.
No. Well, we have got every red shirt in that area, bar.
Yeah, we have been
Nathan
leaving
Yule
Josh
on the
Claxton
corner.
back, but he is in that area.
Josh Claxton is waving George Willis to come forward just a little bit, you think, to be that man to sort of
And when
clear
this
it
ball's
away.
going to come to the edge, George Willis is going to tee himself up with his first touch and rocket it in with his second.
Well, this may well be it. Nathan Yule into the area. It's headed across and it's cleared away. Diggy got something on it, but then Curzon Ashton managed to get it away. George Willis clipping it into the area. Punched away by the goalkeeper. It falls to Dwayne Wiley, who volleys it in.
Corner.
And it's blocked.
I think
I'm
it
not
was
sure
going
if
out.
it was going in.
I think it was going out for a goal kick, but
It would have
Curzon
been.
have made sure.
Yeah, not taking any chances there, and it will be another corner for Alfreton. Jake Day is down, but he's back on his feet.
Yeah, he won't want to be wasting time there.
No, not at all.
George Willis in the Curzon half now, searching for an equaliser. You think it must come. Newell puts the ball into the box. Digging across. Oh!
It's really, it's from this angle, it's so close. It's just gone wide of the near post. That he's risen highest. He's beaten his man to the header. But you get the feeling that's it.
Yeah, it looked like it was there. I thought it was in. It was just a moment when no one else cheered around me that I realised the ball had gone wide. But Kennedy Diggy, my man of the match today, by the way, for Alfreton, because I can't fault him at the back. And he is dying to get on both of those corners that came in. He has thrown his body in the mix for.
Here is Diggy again, heading it forward. Is there one more chance in this for Alfreton? Hacked away by Curzon. It falls to Willis.
Well, I thought the referee was putting his whistle in his mouth there, but he was just wiping his nose.
Willis sends it forward. Claxton gets something underneath that, and again, but not enough to get it forward. Adam Barton leaves that one. Curzon clip it down the line. It's going to drop for George Cantrill, who plays it back to George Willis. All eyes on the referee now for a Curzon Ashton victory.
Willis plays out to Claxton on our near side.
He's got to go long. He has gone long. Diving header, not really diverted it that far away. Nathan Newell on the left. Driving at his man. Cross is blocked.
It'll be a throw-in, but for us, that's as good as a corner.
Adam Lund.
Everyone forward. I'd love to see Willis go forward now, because these are the dying moments.
You may as well throw him up for this. Billy Heath wanted it short. It's not gone short. It's gone into the area. Josh Claxton picks it up, lays it back for Nathan Newell. Clipped into the back stick. Headed away.
The referee.
And the full-time whistle blows.
Listen.
It's Curzon Ashton 2, Alfreton Town 1 at full-time.
Well, you'd think they'd won something.
You would, but it to be said, it's a great battling performance from Curzon Ashton. Alfreton Town falls short, and it's defeat on the road following a solid performance on Saturday. They've not followed it up tonight. They levelled the scores through Josh Claxton after that Jordan Thewley's penalty hitting the post. But since then, nothing's really gone their way. They've not been able to get the shots at goal. The goalkeeper's not had to work too hard for Curzon. And that's how it ends. It's going to be a rough dressing room tonight, I think.
Yeah, I think we'll be hanging around for Billy to come out tonight, because, well, we're not happy with what we saw, so I can't imagine how Billy's feeling, because when you're playing against 10 men, you've got to take advantage. And not until we were in those last 10 minutes did we look like the team that were going to get the next goal. It looked like it was going to be them. And that's not good enough. It's not good enough for the fans that have come here tonight. It's not good enough by our standards. If we're serious about getting the playoffs again, you've got to be turning these games against 10 men when you're on level terms. You've got to turn them into wins.
Well, I think that'll be it from us today here on the Alfreton Town Watch Long. Thank you very much for joining us. And we'll see you again for Darlington away.
Darlington on Saturday. Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching.